Healing feels like the process of slowly unraveling everything that is not you to reveal the true you that is within. And this process of unraveling is not pretty, it's not delicate. It's oftentimes very ugly, very messy, and very emotional. And it's been quite a journey. It's one of those things that is not a linear journey at all. Healing has its ups and downs. It's also its own roller coaster. You make progress and then you backtrack and then you make some more progress and so on. Ultimately, it's a journey that we all are on, whether we want to be or not. If we don't want to be in this journey, it typically takes us much longer to heal because we are avoiding, we're running away, and we're not facing the things that we need to heal from. On the other hand, it's something that you cannot force. It's not something where you can just decide to do it and it's done. There are ways to accelerate it and support this journey, but ultimately it's one that is out of your control on how it happens and how it unfolds. My personal approach to healing is to, number one, surrender to what you're meant to heal at that time, how it's meant to unfold at that time, and surrender to even like the triggers that life throws at you, the things that reveal the darkness and the shadows in you that need to be healed. Secondly is to be gentle with myself when I am going through healing phases, because I get very emotional, I get sensitive, I'm very vulnerable at those times. So I don't try to force myself to get through it quicker or to be productive during these times. I really allow myself to just let the feelings flow and to let the emotions cool down naturally instead of trying to rush through anything. The third thing that I believe is crucial to healing is you have to feel it to heal it, which means you need to let these emotions come up and you need to feel them and you need to express them in whatever way that looks like to you, whether it is crying it out, journaling it out, maybe singing, maybe dancing, have some sort of creative outlet, but some way to look at and face those feelings or those stories. I envision healing as this continuous journey where you are spiraling upwards, spiraling because you are essentially revisiting and healing the same themes and the same things that you have already been healing, but the new layers of it in new levels. And the more you go down this journey, the lighter and lighter you feel, because you're essentially taking off anything that is heavy, anything that's been a burden, any part of your construct and conditioning that is not you. So as I get older, as I continue to heal on this journey, it's nice to be able to feel more and more at peace. And I truly do feel lighter and lighter each time I heal. And I think that is the motivation for going through these dark moments sometimes where you have to let yourself feel sad. You have to let yourself face things that are very uncomfortable to face, knowing that at the end of this journey, there is light. Personally, for me, the entire month of July and bleeding into the month of August have been really deep, healing, emotional months for me. I can't tell you how many times I have cried and sobbed and had those moments to myself where I was going through it, I was feeling it, I was revisiting childhood emotions and beliefs and thoughts and working through them through journaling. But I think I just wanted to make a video talking about healing just to get some discussion going and to check in with you guys. How are you doing on your healing journey? And if you are going through those like dark moments of shadow work and it's not easy and it's really uncomfortable, just know that you're not alone. We're all going through it. Everyone has their seasons of life, phases of life, and I just happened to be in a phase of a lot of deep healing work. It's like those moments where you have to retreat into your deep, dark cave and let yourself be really messy and whatever you need to be, and be gentle with yourself before you can kind of come back out a new version of yourself, shedding that old layer. I just think of the cocoon and the butterfly that comes out afterwards. Anyway, on that note, I'd like to take a quick break and thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. If you've been going through healing or you've been dealing with your mental health, anxiety, or something else, consider trying therapy. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. Healing is a journey and therapy is all about deepening your awareness and understanding of yourself. It's helpful to get a third person's point of view sometimes on your thoughts because sometimes they help you see things that you can't see. It's also nice to have an outlet to express your thoughts and emotions and heal from any negative beliefs or patterns that have held you back. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will match you with the right therapist from their network. You can then talk to your therapist via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message them anytime and schedule live sessions whenever it's convenient for you. BetterHelp is more flexible and affordable than in-person therapy, and you can also switch therapists at no additional charge. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Aileen. I'll also have that link down below so you can check it out. All right, let's talk about the goals of healing. I find that people often talk about the healing process, but not the end goal that we're all reaching for. So I personally believe that the goal that you want to have in this healing journey is to be able to reach three things. The first is to be able to reach a place where you have unconditional self-love, meaning you completely love yourself unconditionally, no matter what, for all your flaws, everything, just embracing everything that you are and loving yourself. The second thing is to be able to cultivate an unwavering belief in your self-worth. This is similar to self-love, but I think it's different because believing in your self-worth and having like an unwavering belief in yourself is slightly different. The third goal, inner peace. So to finally be able to come to a place where nothing phases you, nothing triggers you, nothing makes you mad, you always have this sense of inner peace. And of course, you're still gonna feel emotions in life, but they don't stay with you. They don't make you a bitter person, right? You've let all that go and you've come to a place where you can live in peace. Your heart is at peace. So I believe with these three things, unconditional self-love, unwavering belief in your self-worth, and inner peace, you can do anything in life. Like you would be invincible at that point. Truly think about that. If you had those three things, like nothing was holding you back, you didn't have any beliefs that made you feel like you're not enough, you love yourself, you believe in yourself, you believe in your worth, and you have inner peace. Like no one can like trigger you. There's nothing for you to feel insecure about. Just like how powerful would you be, right? That is the way that I envision the end goal. And of course, everyone's goal is different. I'm not saying this is the answer, but it is my answer, at least for now. And that is the light at the end of the tunnel is, wow, like I am going through this healing journey. I'm really getting to know myself and I'm really learning to understand the parts of myself that hold me back, the parts of myself that have yet to forgive whatever it was from the past. If I were to be able to look at them, love them, let them go, underneath all of that is the purest version of you. It is your soul. You don't have to achieve that end goal right away. It's a continuous journey towards that destination. Even taking the first steps of unraveling the first layers is like taking off armor. It's like taking off that heavy load. You're gonna already feel better about yourself. You're already gonna feel lighter. You're already gonna be able to live a life that is more joyous, a little bit more peaceful. It's not about reaching the end goal, but it just gives you something to point your direction towards. And that brings me to the clues that you will get along your journey towards healing. So one of the biggest clues that you can get that reveal where you need to heal are triggers. So a lot of people talk about triggers like there's something to avoid, like there's a lot of like trigger warning this, trigger warning that, and I completely understand why we need to do that because some people are not ready. It's too much. It truly was a traumatizing experience and they're trying to not get triggered. But if you can adopt this mindset that everything that comes to you in your life is happening for you, and it is an opportunity for you to use it to grow, to get better, to get stronger, to learn something, then you can look at triggers as an opportunity to grow, because triggers reveal what has yet to be healed. They reveal your wounds. That's why it can be so triggering and so painful and so uncomfortable when it happens. If you can be honest with yourself, then you'll start to notice that triggers are an opportunity for you to look at the parts of you that are still insecure, or the parts of you that are still in pain or wounded, and start to reflect and work through how you can move past that. Pay attention to what you don't like about other people, what annoys you about other people. There is a part of you that has that, and you don't like that part of you. Another crucial thing for you to recognize that will help you a lot in your healing journey is to recognize that everything is a mirror, meaning everything that you perceive in life and in the world is a reflection of your inner self. So for example, two people can watch the same video clip about a dad that takes his daughter to Taylor Swift concert. One person is like, oh, that's super cute, like that's so sweet, look at that girl dad. And then the second person has a different reaction. They feel a little uncomfortable, a little jealous, envious, a little sad, because that reflects how they feel about their life. So it's the same video clip, but two people are reacting to it in different ways because of their own personal experiences and their inner self. That clip is a mirror to what that person is feeling inside. It's not the event that has good or bad connotation, but it is how that person perceives it and how their own self is reflected in how they feel about that event. Another example of how triggers are mirrors for our shadow selves is the example of like someone saying something mean to you or someone criticizing something about you specifically. So as someone who's on the internet, this happens often. I mean, less because my community is amazing, but it does happen to people, and it does happen even if you're not online. Like let's say someone criticized your work, or they just said a mean comment about you. The only reason that comment would hurt is if you also deep down had a piece of you that believed what they were saying was true. That's something that I learned from being online for so many years, is that the comments that really truly hurt are the ones where you also kind of agree with what they're saying, and it reveals the insecurity that you have. Because if someone said something that you completely don't agree with, like you completely think it's false, like, oh, your head is like super big, and I'd be like, that doesn't offend me because I actually don't think my head is that big. But if they said something like, oh, this video was not that great, or they criticized something about my work, then it would hurt me a little bit more, because a part of me is like insecure about like the art and creations that I put out sometimes. And that is another angle that hopefully gives you perspective, how triggers that get to you reveal the parts of you that you need to heal from. I hope today's video gave you a little bit more perspective on healing and where you can find the clues to start to heal, how to be gentle with yourself through healing, and what the end goal may look like for you. I hope that you can continue working towards having that unconditional self-love, unwavering belief in your self-worth, and that inner peace in you. I truly wish that for every single person watching this, every single person in the world actually, because I believe that once we get closer to that place, the world will literally be a better place, and we wouldn't get triggered all the time. We wouldn't have to argue with each other, get angry with each other. We can get to a place where we can forgive each other, be kind and gentle and loving with each other. It is a process and it is a journey. If you want more concrete exercises and journaling prompts on healing and how to support your own healing journey, I'll leave some videos in the card here and down below so you can watch more. All right, sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.